It's midnight and I'm heading for London's hottest breakdance club in Covent Garden. It's only a few minutes' walk from the Royal Opera House, my more usual performing venue, but it could be on another planet. What did you write? Must be mad.
My signature dress, yeah.
Yeah, show me. There we go. It does. It says, she's got to be mad to do this. That's what it says. Thank you very much. I'm entering an alien world, for me anyway, and I feel terrified. As breakdancers go, I'm a beginner. But I'm about to break into this circle and attempt to outdo the dancers who've gone in before. To those in the know, this is a throwdown. The way I'm feeling, I'm more likely to throw up. It all started in Swindon, famous for trains, cars, and breakdancing. I've been told someone called Banksy will introduce me to the scene. Banksy!
Yeah, safe.
Oh, yo, right.
There you go.
I'm Deborah.
I'm Banksy, as
Nice
you know.
to see you.
Hi.
Are we going to rehearse in here?
No,
So where?
out there. The old black flip. Whoa. And then maybe just finish it off.
Are those moves? Are you making that up? Do they have names?
They all got names. And you have freezes, then you got your runarounds. Let's go. Just there. And then anything else gymnastical that you can throw into it, basically.
Any ballet? I'm
Maybe,
impressed.
yeah. You know.
I'm impressed. Is this Banksy or Baryshnikov? What's the first step you teach a complete and utter novice?
It would definitely be called up rock.
Up rock?
Yeah, which is stepping across side to side. That's it. How could you pick that up so fast?
Yeah, I can do steps.
Okay, so you step out, boom, and change it.
Oh.
Change it, and down, boom. Like, because if I was doing it against you, it'd be there. That was close.
Help! I persuaded Banksy to take me somewhere a little more private to find out about the history of the dance. We talked about the Brazilian martial art, capoeira, the basis of the breakdancing style.
Capoeira moves more, it's more fluid, it's kind of got, like, it really moves, it's really fluid. Bam, bam, bam. It will just kick around like that.
Breakdancing first appeared in the early 70s in New York's South Bronx. The pioneers were members of street gangs who used martial arts, especially capoeira, to defend themselves from attacks by rivals.
Breakdance has just got a lot more, it's just a lot more sharper.
Yeah. Staccato.
Yeah.
More staccato.
There you go, that's a long word.
Because the capoeira actually it had like a ballet feel to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It really flows, it's gorgeous when you see it. And when they do it at top speed, it's like really fast. Oh my gosh. So it's a real deadly art form.
Is it?
And
It's
I
actually
think
dangerous.
it's really, yeah. And I think it's just totally underrated. But it's kind of like getting it seen now. Yo, how you doing? Easy?
There we go, it's my chance.
Yeah.
Banksy has a dance crew known as the Scarecrows. Obviously, formal handshakes were inappropriate, so I tried the cool greeting Banksy had taught me earlier. It works! It works!
I'll teach you a new one.
A new one?
That one, there. Slide. That's the Bisley handshake. Oh, there. The Bisley handshake.
I'll get it one day. Special handshakes, strict dress code and esoteric language. The Scarecrows seem even more exclusive than the Royal Enclosure at Ascot. I couldn't believe they would welcome me into their group. Breakdancing is highly competitive. The Scarecrows are not throwing themselves on the floor just for fun. Each throwdown is a challenge to the others to go one better. In a way, it's a dance alternative to a fist fight. No, thank you, I'm just learning. do this. I've asked Banksy and the Scarecrows to teach me some moves. I show them what I can do, but of course, they have to try and outdo me. Well, excellent. So you've all got good ballet training, I can tell.
Well, I haven't.
Yeah, none of you are going to admit it, are you? Where are you taking me now?
Just to a little place that we know.
Dancing with the Scarecrows breaks the ice and creates a bond between us. Their energy and enthusiasm put me on a high. I'm already falling in love with breakdancing. Oh, you bring me to the nicest places. Banksy, what is this for?
It's for you, my love.
So this is a dance floor, is it?
Well, yeah. Makeshift.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to show you just a quick move.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like this.
Oh no, you have to be joking.
It is seriously easy.
There's no official name for this backward flip, but flipping X sounds about right.
Take his hand off. What you want to do is just jump around your hand. Just a little one. Just real small. There you go. Okay, now what you got to do is really got to push it. Yeah. So you're jumping around your hand, but you have to really push off these 2 feet. Yeah.
There's a whole new language to learn. These guys don't call themselves breakdancers, they're b-boys. By now, I'm determined to become a b-girl. It's not going to be easy.
That was close. Yeah. Man. So you got to really push it.
Oh, amazing. It looks so easy.
Boom. Go, that's it. It's not bad, it's not bad, it's not bad.
So guys, how long do you reckon to be a competent breakdancer?
About half hour.
Well, I wish.
No, it all depends, man. I've been doing like 17 years. You know, it does take time, but you know, you can learn in like a month. Or you can learn a little combination in a month.
But the steps you're doing are improvised, aren't they? You're changing them and making them up as you go along.
When it's not planned, if you're in a battle and you have to throw down, you've got to be watching what the other guy's doing as well and be able to combat the moves that he's doing.
But I noticed when you were dancing that you all have really individual styles. You know, you have moves which are yours and you do them in your own specific way. How do you learn new moves? Where do you get them from?
You have influences from videos and other people, and that's how you start. And after a while, you get into a certain way of thinking, of like trying to make things look complicated or complex, so other people cannot bite your moves, copy your moves.
Once you've learned a few freezes or a few little combinations, and then it's how you put them together that makes it your own. Right. And it'll end up changing. And the more time you do it, it changes because you put yourself into it.
I've worked really hard at breaking. You know, I've only been doing it 5 years, but I've caught up with the big boys, so I want to overtake those big boys now.
And I have a lot of experience as a dancer, but it's like a bit different. Is that going to be any use to me at all? Is that going to be a hindrance?
Yeah, it would be helpful there.
But it's just as disciplined as any other dance form out there. The thing is, with breakdancing, you have to kick your own ass because no one's doing the ass kicking for you. I decide to take a break from breaking my bones and go in search of the gentler side of the dance, locking and popping.
Wait there.
Hello.
Dale Colesall is the local expert. He seems like a pretty unusual sort of b-boy.
Hello.
I've got children, twins, I've got a job. I work at a hostel for young men that are homeless or social services referred from 16 to 21 years old. There's lots of different reasons why I'm not probably average, because obviously because of my size as well. Because when I go to clubs, when I start popping, people are pretty amazed because they don't see me as a popper or somebody that's into hip-hop. And it just amazes them when I come out popping.
So where are we going to start with this, Dale? I'm a complete beginner. Surprise.
We can start with locking.
Yeah.
Like a bit like robotics.
Okay.
The easy way to explain it is we're trying to do some locking like that, but the way to do it is by, you know when you tense your muscle like that?
Like that?
Yeah, like that, but do it quick, so like that. And then, it's like, as a robot would do, it would lock, and then go smooth, and then lock again. Probably the easiest, do you know, I mean I'm not a ballet dancer, but do you know when you go, yeah obviously, do you know when you go, you do that, if you try it that way you could probably do it because you do it smoothly.
Yeah.
So if you go, Yeah, similar to that. Get
So I've
carried
got
away.
a tense to start.
Yeah, tense to start, and then smooth,
And then relax.
tense again.
Okay, so ballet port de bras coming up. Can I do it with one arm?
You can do it.
Okay,
with-
so tense, relax, tense.
Locking and popping aren't for me. They take years of practice and I only have weeks. Besides, I love the high I get from the really physical stuff. But my trip's not wasted, as Dale has other strings to his bow. He's an amateur DJ. Until the early 80s, all the music used by b-boys was mixed live. None of it was pre-recorded. The guy choosing the beats, the DJ, was king. Dale gave me a quick demo.
So what's the Rizzler for, Dale?
Well, it stops the record slipping around because of the gap in the middle of the record.
Okay.
And if it's too big, when you're scratching, it will just slip, and you don't need it to be slipping really. The idea really is just to keep the beat going,
It's
so the breakers can break to it, because a lot of the time on the tunes there's only a small break of music. So what they do is they double it up so it actually makes it longer, so the funky beat's a bit longer, so that breakers can dance longer. A lot of the time the whole tune's okay, but that's how it originated.
So you mean it's like an instrumental break between verses?
Yeah, it's kind of like an instrumental chorus. I mean, if you listen to it now, you'll notice it will come in a minute. Listen.
Okay.
And what they do, so it doesn't do that, so they can mix it up. They use this one first, like they bring it in like, then they get on the other deck. To scratch it, you go, make it longer, see?
Yeah.
And they can make it more funky, like doubling it up and scratching over the top at the start of the beat. But well, that's it. And the paper on there is actually marked up where the actual beat starts at 5 o'clock, so I know where it starts.
So
I
you've
can
marked
see
that?
a visual mark of where it actually starts, so I know where to.
It must absolutely wreck your records.
Not really. Sometimes it wears them down over years and years, but no more than others because they're special needles. If not, you probably will end up wrecking your mum's stereo or whatever.
It's time to get back to the dancing, but there's no class for me to go to. You just have to try and hang out with the experts.
That's a great space. Fantastic. You don't dance on concrete though, do you?
Cozza works as a stonemason, but that's not who he is. His real life's work is perfecting moves that are untouchable for other b-boys.
Oh, wow.
I don't particularly want to live my life working all the time, you know. Dancing is to celebrate existence as far as I'm concerned, so keeps you healthy, keeps you happy, it's good.
It's hard for me to be happy when my big night is getting closer and I still don't have any flashy moves.
What foot do you kick with?
Like that, you mean?
Yeah.
My right one.
Okay, well you take your opposite foot.
That's my left one.
Yeah. And the way to start this right is to kick
Cozza teaches me a move he calls a swipe.
the body to go that way. And although it sounds wrong, it's like...
They don't teach you this at the Royal Ballet. So, kick the leg.
Uh-huh.
Kick the leg.
Swing your body and arms over. See,
That would have been it if I'd lifted my legs.
Longer kick, yeah.
Yeah.
And just try swinging your arms more to take your momentum right. See?
Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Is it?
No,
Doesn't feel like you look.
You're just being scared, that's all it is.
He's right. I'm terrified. Breakdancing isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. The more I find out about it, the more I realise I don't fit in. I don't look right, I don't talk right, I'm too old, and I'm the wrong sex.
Then you would kick.
Why is it predominantly male, though?
Well, I reckon it's because it looks really sore at the first glance, so most ladies are like, I'll just leave that to the boys, you know. Because ladies like the softer things in life, don't they?
This guy's never done Swan Lake, I can tell.
I need a bit of girl power. B-girls are a rare breed, so I hope I'll find solidarity with Caroline Williams and Ione Hitchman. I arranged to meet them in a London park and, as requested, bring along a roll of lino. It's fairly common to see breakdancers carrying their own dance floor. It's not called street dancing for nothing, but my lino doesn't impress. It's an 8-foot square piece, luxuriously padded and bought at great expense. No wonder the girls are on style alert. What's the matter?
The bag.
Come on,
we're
come
going
on.
to talk to you. Okay, let me just
It's the style, isn't it? I have not got the style. It's terminally wrong, Master. What's wrong with it? What have I done wrong now?
It kind of needs to be a rucksack. What we can do, we can create the rucksack. If you like to put your hand in here.
So not a handbag, it's got to be a
Not
rucksack.
a handbag, really not a handbag, you know.
Bang goes the Chanel. What do you reckon?
It's looking better.
It's looking a bit better.
Because the guys, I noticed the guys, they're all wearing these, big football shirts and stuff. And frankly, it's not really my style. I mean, I'd like to be able to, look good as well as be wearing the right stuff.
You can get fitted tops, like, sports tops and, just like nice. You can just wear like a nice simple plain vest, nice and sexy, and just like your trousers obviously have got to be loose and stuff.
Yeah.
You can look good. I mean, we've got to look good. We're girls anyway. We're not guys. So it's all right for them. They can just fling on a t-shirt and some baggy trousers on.
Yeah.
Like baggy clothes, but not too baggy. A lot of breakers have roll-ups.
Yeah, what's that all about, this thing? Is it because you've got cute ankles? Or?
Like if you've got quite baggy trousers on and you're flinging your legs about, or you're doing quite mad moves, you can get your foot caught.
Okay, so it's practical.
So it's practical and stylish at the same time. And if you've got good ankles, then hey, it's all good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And what about the top? Because you've got no arms on, but I mean, I've got bruises all over my arms already from practicing.
This is the thing. I've had my bruises. End up hurting yourself. I mean, the main thing is. Okay.
See?
She's
badge of honour.
flinging her body all over
She's
the place.
been christened.
Come on then, let's. I want to see some dancing. Come on.
Okay. At the same time your knee goes out, you put your hand down, and you begin.
Oh, yes, this kicking legs that
Kicking
I can't
legs,
get. Is this what you call crazy legs, a bit on the floor?
Yeah.
This one's long, that one's long, that one crosses, that one goes back, that one goes side, this one goes here, then you get there, yeah? No.
That's very, very good, that's very close. What it is, it's when you about to turn,
Yeah. Yeah.
you push it through and you're at the beginning position again with the
Oh, is
first
that
leg
your
out.
first leg out? And then
back,
second leg
and then
out?
Same as
Okay,
the
second
first
leg.
All right. First leg out, second leg out, back, side.
First leg out, straight
This
out
is- oh,
towards your
okay.
jacket.
First leg out,
Yeah.
second leg out, back. D.
Yeah.
First leg out, second leg out,
back.
Go, Deborah.
First.
Go, Deborah.
Go, Deborah. Go, Deborah.
Breakdancing has a tough, streetwise image, but the breakdancers I've met so far I'd happily take home to meet my mum.
Gets there. Bam, 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 dun, 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 dun. Wicked.
Deborah.
B-girl bites the dust. Breakdancing is just one part of a street culture known as hip-hop. Another is graffiti. It's mostly illegal, but here it's allowed. Most people on the hip-hop scene have a street name, and they've asked me to pick one too. Bull isn't a great name for a ballerina, but for a would-be B-girl, I just had to be Raging Bull. Well, I hoped I might see my name in lights one day, but this goes one better. Cello. It's brilliant.
Thanks.
Much respect,
Right, thanks
if
a
I
lot,
may.
man.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
Bad. Bad meaning good,
It's
yeah.
bad meaning good.
Bad meaning good, yeah. This art form originated on New York trains. People were writing their names before people were b-boying or DJing, Then it all fused together because it was part of the subculture as it was in New York. And now it's just universal, it's everywhere. It's from Egypt to Australia, man,
So what happens when there's no legal site to go to?
Well, writers like myself and Bill, we're going to be stranded really because we don't do a lot of illegal work, but we have done in the past.
What's the consequences of that?
I got busted a few years ago. I almost went to prison. I caused £500,000 worth of damage. And, that was mainly sort of trains and track sites and stuff. But, I've done a full community service. I think it's ridiculous. It's just kids expressing themselves. There's a lot worse things they could be doing.
Your style is very different from cello's style over there. I mean, you've got many more colours and infills, and actually here you've even managed to fit a bull into the B, a raging bull no less. Would people recognise that this was your work?
I would imagine, because of mainly because of the colours and just like the old school dashes. I mean, I'm real into like just doing little lines and stuff. That's what I like to do, and having like lots of fades in the colours and trying to create lots of texture and depth within a flat surface. Do you understand?
You never wanted to do it on paper or on canvas or, you know, traditional? Oh, you do both?
Yeah, I do both. I'm into like all art. I do portraits and landscapes and normal art, you know. But like letters are just, you can do so much with letters because well, you can write anything and you can say anything. What I'm trying to do is to create a visually stimulating wall, you know, an experience, a visual experience for people, even if they can't understand it, just to be able to say, oh yeah, right.
Skateboarders and BMX bikers are like the cousins of B-boys, and the B-boys come and share their space here at the PlayStation in London's Notting Hill. I'm here to meet Cozza and his friends Jerome and Ben. My big night is getting very close and I feel ready now to pick up some power moves. Cozza shows me what I'm letting myself in for.
Turtle.
That's a turtle.
Windmills.
That's a windmill.
Backspin.
That's a backspin.
Headspin.
Headspin. B-girl's got the lingo. Thanks, Jerome. Your check's in the post.
Yes.
I suddenly realise where I'm going wrong. My idea of dancing is to turn on the tips of my toes. Cozza spins on his fingertips. It's ballet dancing turned on its head. I need to get my freezers right. Okay, here we go. Whoa. But just when I think I've got it... Whoa, guys, I'm going to need some help! That was pretty good. Okay, now my pièce de résistance. At last, the big day is here. Banksy puts me through my paces one last time.
You know why?
Why?
Because you went up.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you did with the other leg, but I think it was there, and then you went boom.
Just as a breakdancer couldn't hope to dance Sleeping Beauty after 2 months' practice, I can't hope to give a totally spontaneous performance. My repertoire of moves is much too small. There's no guarantee I'll even get my planned routine right.
Cool light.
I'm too light.
No, you're too heavy.
I'm too heavy? That's because I'm trying out attitude. Better?
That's better.
It's no ordinary Saturday night here at the Funkin Pussy in Covent Garden. It's the night before the UK Breakdance Championships, and the top b-boys from all over the world are here to check out the opposition. By the time I arrive, the circle has already formed and nothing exists outside it. My world has reduced to this small pinpoint of light, and I will stand, or more likely fall, by my dancing and nothing else. Unfortunately, the b-boys resent the presence of the TV cameras, and the stakes for my performance are raised higher still. I decided I was not going in. These guys were too good and I was bowing out. But then Banksy came over to encourage me, and I knew I couldn't let him down. Finally, I do not know how, I went for it. It's started well. The freeze was pretty good. Then I got too close to the crowd. I bottled out. My front spin became a bottom spin. I slunk away, trying to smile and pretend it didn't matter. Inside, I knew I'd let everyone down. I vowed not to go in again. I was too ashamed and embarrassed even to look across at Banksy. From now on, I was an onlooker. I'd leave the dancing to Banksy and the experts. Then for some unknown reason, the guys around me pushed me forward. Somehow, I was in the circle again. I was determined not to mess up this time, and I went for it. I was so relieved I wanted to cry. In all my dancing years, I've rarely experienced the buzz I felt as I finished that throwdown.
I've danced for kings, presidents, queens, and I ain't ever been that scared, I'm telling you. This is the toughest audience I've ever had. Old school freaks in the house, make some noise!
And she did it. It was dope.
It's a very brave thing to do because it's not just adapting a style, it's adapting a culture.
You threw down.
I did.
And that's the main thing, you threw down.
I threw down.
And did any other women go in?
No.
There you go.
What?
No other women went in there after you.
No, they didn't.
So there you go.
No.
Says it all.
And even if they did,
Says it all.
they wouldn't compare.
No.
You know.
We'll come close.
That's all I got to say. Cut.